Stop everything you are doing right now. It is no coincidence that you are here at this very moment. Something unseen, but real is coming down upon the earth. I, your mother from heaven, have come to speak with you first. I am the mother who appeared in Medjugorje over 40 years ago. I am the one who wept before my visionaries when I saw the future of humanity. I am the one who begged for conversion, prayer, and fasting. And now the time I announced has arrived. Do not close this message, do not ignore it, do not pass it along as if it were just anything. Because whoever closes this word without fully listening to it will also close the door to my maternal protection. Dear children, do you know the 10 secrets I entrusted to my visionaries in Medjugorje? Do you know that throughout all these years I have been preparing humanity for what is coming? Do you know that when the first secret is revealed, nothing will ever be the same again? But what you do not know, what very few know, is that before the first secret is fulfilled, I have prepared a special movement in the hearts of my children, a maternal preparation that will begin in the hearts most sensitive to my voice. And you are one of those hearts I have chosen. If this message touches your soul, write it in the comments. I am here, Mother, listening to your voice. Listen, my dear daughter, listen with the heart of a child who trusts her mother. For decades I appeared in Medjugorje, pleading with my children. I shed real tears before the visionaries. I begged for conversion before it was too late. But most did not listen to their mother. Most thought these were just apparitions. Most continued living as if tomorrow was guaranteed. But a mother never gives up on her children. Never. And so, before the first secret becomes visible on earth, I have decided to move hearts first with motherly love, awakening first the souls who still can hear my gentle voice, preparing first those who trust in the love of a heavenly mother. You were chosen for this special moment, my daughter. Not because you are perfect, not because you have never failed, but because even in your imperfections, even in your mistakes, even in your doubts, you never stopped calling me mother. And now your mother has come down from heaven to speak directly to your heart. I crossed heavenly dimensions. I broke the veil between paradise and earth to be here beside you, as a mother comforting her daughter. Declare now in the comments, Mother Mary, heal what I have hidden for so long. Daughter of my heart, you have carried too much weight alone. You have tried to solve problems that only a heavenly mother can resolve. You have cried secret tears that I have gathered one by one. This morning, when you woke up, something changed in the spiritual environment around you. The angels I assigned to take care of you have received new instructions from the Queen of Heaven, instructions of maternal preparation, instructions of special protection, instructions of manifesting motherly love. Because what is coming is not only the fulfillment of the secrets I entrusted in Medjugorje. What is coming is a unique opportunity that a mother offers to her children. A chance to be protected under my mantle when the world begins to change. An opportunity to be used by me to bring tenderness where there is hardness. But for that, you need to be prepared as an obedient daughter, spiritually receptive to my voice, emotionally cleansed by my healing tears, physically strengthened by my intercession. And that is why your mother is speaking to you today, because today is the day I have set for our special conversation to begin. Share this message with someone who needs motherly love today. Do you know why I chose Medjugorje specifically for my apparitions? It was not by chance. It was not just because it was a beautiful place in the mountains. It was because there I found simple hearts like that of a child. Young hearts that could receive the love of a mother without questioning, pure hearts that could believe in motherly words. And today, more than 40 years later, I am searching for the same kind of hearts. Hearts that can trust in motherly love, even when they do not understand everything. Hearts that can obey their heavenly mother, even when the world says to doubt. Hearts that can love like family, even when everything seems divided. You have that kind of heart, my dear daughter. I know because I have interceded for it since before your birth. I know because I breathed motherly tenderness into it. I know because, even when you doubted my love, you never stopped calling me. And now the time has come for this heart to be used for something greater than you ever imagined. There is a secret that the visionaries of Medjugorje have kept for decades. It is something so powerful that only whispers have reached us. But now, invisible signs are beginning to appear all over the world, preparing humanity for an event that will change everything we know about faith, hope, and the purpose of our existence. You feel it, don't you? That restlessness in your chest, that certainty that something extraordinary is about to happen. If you have made it this far, it is not by accident. Has your soul recognized something sacred in these words? Leave a word of faith in the comments that represents what your heart is feeling right now. This word will become part of a powerful spiritual chain that will connect all of us. The visionaries speak of 10 secrets, but there is something that comes before the first one. An invisible event has already begun to unfold. It is not a coincidence that you are here at this moment. Your soul was called to witness and participate in something that goes beyond our human understanding. Maria, Vika, and the other visionaries carry the weight of knowledge that would make any ordinary person feel reverence and responsibility. But what they couldn't reveal until now is that a silent preparation is taking place. A spiritual movement that does not depend on a church, religion, or denomination. It depends only on open hearts and souls ready to recognize the sacred when it reveals itself. Have you noticed your prayers becoming more intense lately? How your dreams carry messages you cannot explain. This invisible event is not destruction, it is purification. It is not an ending, it is a new beginning. The Virgin Mary has been preparing her children through decades of apparitions, not just in Medjugorje, but in other holy places around the world. Every Hail Mary spoken, every moment of silent prayer, every act of unconditional love has contributed to this moment that is approaching. What you are about to discover will challenge everything you thought you knew about the divine plan for humanity. Prepare your heart, because once you understand the magnitude of what is happening, there is no turning back. Your life, your faith, and your understanding of the purpose of existence will never be the same. For 43 years, something extraordinary has been happening in a small village in Bosnia and Herzegovina. But what few realize is that Medjugorje is just the tip of the iceberg of a much greater heavenly plan. The visionaries received information that goes beyond the 10 known secrets. They know about signs that are manifesting right now, in every corner of the planet. You are not here by chance, out of millions of people and messages. Something divine brought you to this message. Share in the comments a word of faith that represents your connection to the sacred at this moment. Together, we will create a collective prayer that will rise straight to the heavens. Mirjana Dragicevic Soldo, one of the visionaries, revealed in interviews that the preparation for the coming events began long before the apparitions started in 1981. She speaks of a preparation of souls that happens through small signs, coincidences, and inner callings that most people ignore or think are accidental. But you, who are here now, you know there is no such thing as chance when it comes to the divine plan. The signs are everywhere, for those who have eyes to see. People are reporting prophetic dreams at the same time across the world. Sudden and unexplained conversions of people who never showed spiritual interest. Spontaneous healings that defy medical explanation. Statues weeping tears of blood. Light appearing in places that have never had supernatural events. But the most powerful sign is what is happening within you now, that deep spiritual hunger, that need to search for answers in places you might not have cared about before, that growing certainty that there is something far greater than our visible reality. This is not a coincidence, it is preparation. Our Lady of Medjugorje did not come just to give beautiful messages about peace and prayer. She came to prepare a specific generation for a unique moment in human history, a moment when the veil between heaven and earth will become so thin that even the most skeptical will not be able to deny the presence of the sacred among us. There is an ancient prophecy that religious leaders do not dare mention openly. It speaks of a time when the chosen will recognize each other without words and their hearts will beat in time with eternity. That time has come, and you can already feel it happening. How many times have you looked at a stranger and felt an inexplicable connection? How many times have you found the right word, the right book, or the right message when you needed it most? Pause now and feel your heart. Is it beating differently? That is your soul's recognition. Write in the comments the first word of faith that comes to your mind. Don't think, just feel and write. This word is no coincidence, it is your soul speaking. The visionaries of Medjugorje talk about a network of light that is forming around the world. It is not a physical organization, and it has no temples or hierarchies. It is a spiritual connection among souls who have been called to participate in the great event of purification and renewal for humanity. Each person who feels this call, each heart that recognizes the truth of these words, becomes a point of light in this sacred network. Vika Ivankovic Mijatovic, one of the visionaries, shared that during one of her visions, Our Lady showed her souls shining like stars in a dark night. These souls are spread across all continents, across all religions, and in every social condition. What unites them is not doctrine, but recognition. They recognize truth when they hear it, they recognize love when they feel it, they recognize the call when it echoes in their hearts. You are part of this network, otherwise, you would not be here right now. Every word you hear resonates in frequencies that your soul has known since before birth. That explains why certain songs, make you cry for no apparent reason. Why some landscapes awaken a longing you can't explain, and why some meetings feel less like encounters and more like reunions. The invisible event that is coming depends on this network of light being fully activated. Each awakened soul strengthens the entire network. Every heart that opens to faith multiplies the sacred energy that is gathering for this great moment of transformation. You are not just a spectator, you are an active participant in this heavenly plan. In 1982, a year after the first apparitions, Ivan Dragicevic received a vision he described as more real than reality itself. He saw the world in two different moments, before and after what he calls the Great Mercy. The difference was so radical that he cried for days, not out of sadness, but from a joy so intense his human body could hardly bear it. If you have come this far, it is not by chance. Has your soul recognized something sacred in these words? Leave in the comments a word of faith that reflects what your heart feels right now. That word will become part of a powerful spiritual current connecting us all. What Ivan saw was a completely transformed humanity, not through catastrophes or punishment, but through a deep spiritual awakening, so complete that people could no longer live in the old ways of selfishness, hate, and indifference. It was as if each person awoke from a bad dream and finally remembered who they truly are, a beloved child of God. But this transformation doesn't happen overnight. It has been in preparation for decades, through signs, calls, and moments of conversion. Each time you choose love over hate, each time you forgive instead of holding a grudge, each time you pray for someone who hurt you, you are contributing to the transformative energy that is building in the world. Scientists talk about morphogenic fields, mystics speak of collective consciousness. The truth is simple: there is a powerful spiritual force that grows with every act of faith, hope, and charity carried out on earth. When this force reaches a critical mass, something extraordinary will happen. It won't be visible to the physical eyes at first, but every sincere soul will feel the change. You have already begun to feel it, haven't you? That peace that comes in prayer, that growing certainty that despite the chaos in the world, something truly good is approaching, this new ability to see beauty where before you saw only problems. This is not self-suggestion, it is divine preparation for what is to come. There is a secret within the secrets of Medjugorje that only a small number of people fully know. It is not one of the 10 official secrets, but what Ivan Dragicevic calls the final preparation. During an apparition in March of 2019, Our Lady told him, "My son, the time has come to prepare my children so they can recognize my constant presence in their lives, even when I no longer appear visibly. You are not here by accident." Among millions of messages, something divine brought you to this one. Share in the comments a word of faith that expresses your connection to the sacred right now. Together, we will create a collective prayer that rises heavenward. This message reveals something extraordinary. The visible apparitions are just the beginning of a deeper and more constant presence that is being established on earth. Our Lady will no longer appear only to a few visionaries in specific places. She will become perceptible to anyone who has prepared their heart and mind to recognize the presence of the sacred. This explains why so many people around the world have started to report deep spiritual experiences in recent years, vivid dreams with Our Lady, unexplained feelings of protection, inner guidance that always proves accurate, and coincidences that clearly seem like divine signs. These are not hallucinations or illusions. They are manifestations of this new phase of Marian presence on earth. However, there is an essential prerequisite: the purification of the heart. This is not about moralizing or perfectionism, but a profound cleansing of everything that prevents us from recognizing unconditional love when it appears. This includes forgiving those who have hurt us, letting go of expectations about how God should act in our lives, and, above all, stopping the judgment of our own worthiness to receive blessings. The invisible event that is approaching is exactly this: the transition from a world where the sacred is an exception to a world where the sacred is the norm, a world where every awakened person can constantly perceive the loving presence of Mary, Jesus, the angels, and the saints around them. You are being prepared to live in this new spiritual reality. Throughout all 43 years of apparitions in Medjugorje, there has been one constant that few have noticed. Our Lady always appears at the very moment when people need hope the most. It is no coincidence that the apparitions began in 1981, during a time of extreme geopolitical tensions, nor is it a coincidence that now, as humanity faces unprecedented challenges, signs of her presence are multiplying exponentially. Pause now and feel your heart. It is beating differently, isn't it? This is your soul's recognition. Write in the comments the first word of faith that comes to your mind. Don't think, just feel and write. This word is no coincidence. It is your soul speaking. Maria Pavlovic-Leunit, in a rarely mentioned interview, revealed that during an apparition in December 2022, she noticed something different in Our Lady's gaze. It was the look of someone saying goodbye to visible apparitions, but also beginning something much greater. Her eyes shone with a joy I had never seen before, Maria said, as if she was about to give a gigantic gift to all humanity. This gift is the ability to perceive the divine presence without depending on extraordinary apparitions. It is the spiritual evolution of humanity to a level where the supernatural becomes natural, miracles become everyday occurrences, and communication with heaven becomes as simple as a conversation between friends. But this evolution does not happen automatically. It requires a conscious decision to open the heart to levels of faith previously thought impossible. It requires courage to believe that you are worthy of receiving direct communications from heaven. It requires humility to recognize that your human smallness is not an obstacle, but a perfect channel for divine greatness to manifest. You are already experiencing the first signs of this transformation. How many times in recent months have you felt an inexplicable peace descending upon you? How many times have your prayers seemed more intimate, more real, as if someone were truly listening to every word? How many times have you been absolutely sure you were protected from some danger, even if you didn't know exactly what it was? These are not just feelings or coincidences. They are evidence that the veil between heaven and earth is becoming increasingly transparent for you. You are being prepared to live in constant communion with the sacred. There is a prayer that the visionaries of Medjugorje recite every day, but that has never been publicly revealed. It is a prayer that Our Lady taught specifically for the times to come. According to Vicar, This prayer has the power to open portals of direct communication between heaven and earth, but it only works when recited by souls truly prepared to receive the responsibilities that come with such communication. If you have come this far, and it is not by chance, if your soul has recognized something sacred in these words, leave a word of faith in the comments representing what your heart is feeling right now. That word will become part of a powerful spiritual chain connecting all of us. The prayer is simple, but its simplicity is deceiving. It says, "Mother, make me a clear channel of your presence in the world. May I not be an obstacle, but a bridge. May I not be noise, but silence. May I not be ego, but pure love. Amen." When prayed with complete surrender of the heart, this prayer has brought about spiritual experiences so deep that some people have needed months to fully process what they have gone through. But here is the secret that few have understood: this prayer does not work like a magic formula. It works as a declaration of total willingness to serve the divine plan, no matter the personal cost. When you pray it with absolute sincerity, you are telling heaven, "I accept to be transformed into whatever you need me to be to help renew the world." And heaven accepts this offering immediately, without delay or preliminary tests. If you have the courage to say this prayer with full honesty, your life will begin to change in ways you never imagined possible. Not because you will be rewarded, but because you become a conscious instrument of divine mercy on earth. People who have prayed this have reported extraordinary transformations, impossible relationships healed, financial problems resolved unexpectedly, illnesses disappearing without medical explanation, and above all, a deep inner peace that nothing in the world can truly disturb. But along with these blessings comes responsibility. You become a beacon of hope for others. Your mere presence begins to radiate peace and faith in ways you may not fully understand, but others immediately recognize. During an apparition in September 2023, which was never officially documented, Our Lady reportedly revealed to the visionaries the most important sign, that the invisible event is near. When ordinary people begin to perform miracles without realizing they are doing so, know that the time for great transformation has arrived. This sign is already manifesting worldwide, but only those with open spiritual eyes can recognize it. You are not here by chance. Among millions of videos and messages, something divine has brought you to this one. Share in the comments a word of faith that represents your connection to the sacred at this moment. Together, we will create a collective prayer that will rise directly to heaven. These miracles do not follow the Hollywood-style patterns we usually imagine. They are subtle, everyday miracles happening through simple acts by people who never imagined they were instruments of God. A mother who embraces her rebellious child, and in that embrace, a deep emotional healing occurs that will change future generations. A bus driver who genuinely smiles at each passenger, unknowingly planting seeds of hope in hearts on the edge of despair. A nurse who holds the hand of a terminal patient, and in that tender touch, supernatural peace descends upon the entire family. These are the miracles of our time. Miracles performed by people who do not consider themselves special, who have no religious titles, and who sometimes do not even see themselves as very religious, but who share one thing in common: the willingness to love without reservation. Even in your toughest moments, You yourself have been an instrument of such miracles, often without realizing it. How many times has a word you said completely changed someone's day? How many times has a simple gesture from you prevented someone from making a terrible decision? How many times has your presence brought peace to tense environments? This is not coincidence. It is you allowing the divine to act through you. The invisible event that approaches is precisely the exponential multiplication of these everyday miracles. A world where every conscious person becomes a natural channel of blessings to others, where love becomes so contagious that transforming lives becomes as natural as breathing. There is a phenomenon the visionaries call silent recognition, happening worldwide. People who have never met physically, living on different continents, have begun reporting the same dreams, the same visions, the same inner messages, as if there is a direct spiritual communication happening between souls called to participate in the upcoming global transformation. Pause now and feel your heart. It is beating differently, isn't it? That is your soul recognizing. Write in the comments the first word of faith that comes to your mind. Don't think, just feel and write. That word is no coincidence, it is your soul speaking. Dr. Michael Persinger, a neuroscientist who studied spiritual phenomena for decades, documented a 3,400% increase in spiritual telepathic communication experiences between people who have never met, especially since 2019. He could not explain this phenomenon scientifically, but acknowledged that something extraordinary is happening in the collective consciousness of humanity. Ivan Dragisevich mentions that Our Lady spoke about this phenomenon, saying, "My chosen children will recognize each other through the heart, not through the mind. Their spirits will dance to the same frequency of eternal love, and together they will create a symphony of faith that will heal the world." Have you experienced this, haven't you? Have you ever met a stranger and immediately felt an inexplicable familiarity? Have you read words written by someone you've never seen and felt as if they came directly from your own heart? Have you been certain that someone was praying for you, even without knowing who it was? This is not coincidence or imagination. It is evidence that you are part of this spiritually connected network of souls forming around the planet. A network that transcends religion, nationality, culture, and even language. What connects these souls is the mutual recognition of a fundamental truth: we are all beloved children of the same Heavenly Father. When this network is fully activated, and we are very close to that moment, it will create a spiritual energy field so powerful that no negative force will be able to resist it. It will mark the definitive end of fear, hatred, separation, and despair as dominant forces on Earth. On August 2, 2024, something extraordinary happened in Medjugorje that was not widely publicized. During Mirjana's monthly apparition, witnesses reported her tears turning into tears of joy during the vision. When asked what had happened, she replied, "Our Lady showed me the exact moment when the last necessary heart would open to complete the preparation. And that moment is very, very near. If you have come this far, it is not by accident. Your soul has recognized something sacred in these words. Leave a word of faith in the comments that represents what your heart is feeling right now. That word will become part of a powerful spiritual chain connecting us all. This revelation brings us crucial information. There is a specific number of souls that need to awaken before the great event can occur. It is not an astronomical number. Our Lady never asked that all humanity convert before the transformation, but there is a critical mass of sincere hearts that must be reached. According to all the signs we are receiving, that number is nearly complete. Every person who watches this message and feels their heart quicken in recognition, every soul that chooses faith instead of fear, every heart that opens to believe that miracles are possible, contributes to reaching this sacred critical mass. You are not here by accident. Your presence at this moment, your attention to these words, your openness to believe in possibilities beyond human logic, all of this is part of the plan. You may be exactly the heart that was missing to complete the required number. This brings immense responsibility, but also indescribable joy. You have the privilege of consciously participating in the most important moment in human history since the birth of Jesus, not as a bystander, but as an active participant, a channel of blessings, an instrument of transformation. The question remains, are you willing to fully assume this role? Are you willing to let your life become a constant prayer, a walking miracle, a source of hope for all who cross your path? Because this is the call being made to you right now. There is a prophecy within the mystical writings of Saint Faustina that has never been officially interpreted by the Church, but connects directly with the events in Medjugorje. She wrote, "I saw a time when God's mercy would pour over the earth like golden rain, and each drop would touch a specific heart that had been waiting for it for generations. That time has come, and you can feel the first drops of that golden rain falling upon your soul at this very moment. You are not here by accident. Among millions of messages, something divine brought you to this one. Share in the comments a word of faith that represents your connection to the sacred right now. Together, we will create a collective prayer that will rise straight to heaven." The visionaries of Medjugorje confirm that Our Lady's messages have always pointed to this specific moment in history, a moment when divine mercy will be poured out so abundantly that even the hardest hearts will not be able to resist the call of love, not through force or imposition, but through the irresistible attraction of the soul toward its true spiritual home. You are already feeling this attraction, aren't you? That growing need to pray more, to seek inner peace, to forgive people you thought you would never forgive, to believe in possibilities that once seemed impossible. This is not you changing by your own effort. It is the golden rain of divine mercy touching your soul and awakening who you truly are. Every person touched by this golden rain automatically becomes a channel for it to continue spreading. Your personal transformation is not just for your own benefit. It is so that you become a point of radiance, sending out this transformative energy to all around you. That explains why you feel an increasing desire to share hope with others, why words of faith naturally begin to flow from your lips, and why your mere presence brings peace to tense environments. You are not becoming more religious, you are becoming more true, more aligned with your divine essence. The golden rain of mercy will not stop until every thirsty soul is completely satisfied. And when that happens, when the last receptive heart is touched, something magnificent will unfold. The entire world will simultaneously realize that we were never alone, that we have always been unconditionally loved, and that heaven is not a distant place to go to but a reality we create when we live in harmony with divine love. The time has come for the final revelation about the invisible event that is transforming our reality. During the last recorded apparition of Our Lady in Medjugorje in December 2024, she reportedly said, "My beloved children, the time of preparation is over. Now it is the time of manifestation. Every heart that has chosen love will become an open window between heaven and earth. Through you, my presence will become visible to all humanity." Pause now and feel your heart. It is beating differently, isn't it? That is your soul's recognition. Write in the comments the first word of faith that comes to your mind. Don't think, just feel and write. That word is no coincidence, it is your soul speaking. The invisible event was never something coming from outside to inside. It has always been something that happens from the inside out. The transformation began in the heart of every person willing to believe, expanded to their families, radiated to their communities, and now is about to reach all humanity. You are not just a witness to this transformation, you are a protagonist. Every prayer you've offered has moved mountains in the spiritual realm. Every act of love you've shown has planted seeds of hope in seemingly barren soil. Every moment you chose faith over fear contributed to bringing this moment forth. Now, what you need to understand is that your mission is only beginning. The world is about to undergo changes so profound that many people will feel lost, frightened, and unsure of what to believe. They will need beacons of hope. They will need people like you, those who have already experienced inner transformation, and can serve as bridges between the old world and the new. Are you ready for this? Are you willing to be the love you want to see in the world? Are you prepared to live each day as a walking prayer, each meeting as a sacred opportunity to plant hope? The invisible event that began decades ago in Medjugorje is now being fulfilled in you, through you, and by you. The new earth Our Lady promised is not a geographical place, but a spiritual reality that manifests whenever someone chooses to live in unconditional love. This is your moment, your hour, your sacred mission. The world is waiting for you. When the prophesied events begin to unfold, you will not be helpless, confused, or afraid, because your Heavenly Mother will have already prepared everything for you. She will have strengthened your spirit, opened your spiritual eyes, placed the right people in your path, and prepared the safe place where you need to be. This is the maternal promise I make to you today. This is the assurance of a mother who never fails. This is the security that only those who have a mother in heaven can know. Declare in the comments as a prophetic seal. Thank you, Mother, for never abandoning me. Now, my dear daughter, let me tell you about the sign you will receive during the next 48 hours. You will receive a gentle and maternal confirmation that this conversation was real. It will not be dramatic or frightening. It could be a rose you find along your path, a song that plays at just the right moment, a kind word someone speaks to you, a peaceful dream where you feel my presence, or an inexplicable feeling of protection and care. When it happens, you will know. Your heart will recognize it immediately, and in that moment, you will have absolute certainty that your Heavenly Mother was with you today. But do not wait only for the sign. Begin living as a protected daughter starting right now. Begin trusting in maternal protection from this moment. Begin to rest in heavenly care from today onward, because the preparation I promised has already started. The angels I sent are already working. The protection I activated is already in effect. In the coming days, you will start to notice subtle but deep changes, situations resolving more easily, people being kinder to you, opportunities appearing at the right time, protection in situations that could have been dangerous. This will not be luck. It will be the result of a mother's intervention who watches over her children. My daughter, I need you to understand one very important thing. The world is entering difficult times, times I announced in Medjugorje as part of the divine plan of purification. Many will feel afraid, many will feel lost, many will not know who to trust. But you will not be one of them because you have a mother in heaven, a mother who knows the future, who has already prepared protection for you, a mother who will never leave you abandoned. And when others ask how you manage to have so much peace amid chaos, you will be able to say, because my heavenly mother prepared me for this moment. Write in the comments, I am a daughter of Mary, protected by her love. Before I go, I want to leave one last maternal word in your heart. You have already been through many difficult things in life. Moments when you thought you could not endure anymore, situations where you felt completely alone, times you questioned if God truly cared for you. But look at where you are now, still standing, still waiting, still believing, still searching. That was not your strength. It was the silent intervention of a mother who never abandoned you. It was the prayers I made for you at times you cannot even imagine. It was the protection I placed around you, even when you did not notice. And if I have cared for you until now without your knowledge, imagine what I will do now that you know you have a mother in heaven. The coming months will be the most important of your life, not only your personal life, but in the history of humanity. And you have been chosen to live this historic moment under special maternal protection. This is an honor, my daughter. An honor few will receive. An honor that comes with responsibility, the responsibility to trust, to obey, to witness, and to share the maternal love you have received. Are you ready for this responsibility? Do you accept being a special daughter of the Queen of Heaven? Do you want to be part of the maternal plan for these last times? If your answer is yes, then know that from now on your life will never be the same, not because it will be harder, but because it will be more protected, more directed, more filled with purpose, and more surrounded by the love of a perfect mother. Do not leave without commenting. This is not a video, it is a maternal altar open on your screen. What you write now will be read by heaven. Write with filial intention. And please, my dear daughter, do not keep this word only for yourself. Share this message with someone you love. Do not wait to share it only for yourself, because maternal love needs to be multiplied, celestial protection needs to be extended, and special preparation needs to reach other hearts. You were chosen not only to receive, but also to give. Not only to be protected, but also to protect. Not only to be a daughter, but also to be an instrument of maternal love. This is the mission I entrust to you today. This is the trust that a mother places in her special daughter. This is the certainty that you will make a difference in these coming times. I love you, my daughter, with a maternal love that never fails, with protection that never tires, with care that never forgets. And I will always be near, always interceding, always protecting, always loving, because that is what a mother does. And I am your mother forever. Amen.